Hi, I'm Nelson Lopez. I'm currently a senior, I'm doing computer science, and I'm currently the president of Carolina Esports. Yeah, so I've been a gamer ever since I can remember, honestly. Like, since I was a kid, I've always loved video games. Like, I've played games with my parents often, like stuff like classic consoles like the Nintendo 64, stuff like the GameCube, PS2, PS3. Like, I've been a gamer for as long as I can remember, and it's been like a really big part of me ever since. So, when I was a freshman, honestly, like, I first came up to an event called Fall Fest. Pretty much, it's kind of where all the clubs kind of like gather on like Hooker Field and say, "Hey, please join our club." I was looking around there for like clubs up to join. I was brand new at Carolina. I didn't really have any friends here. I didn't have any clubs here. And then I saw a giant Mario question mark. I'm like, that's interesting, but I recognize that. Let me go towards it. And then kind of like at it, pretty much over there, was like, hey, you should join our club. And I'm like, this is a club that's kind of perfect for me. I'm gonna try and join it. And honestly, since then, I've pretty much been a very big part of the club. So when I first joined the club as a freshman, it wasn't too big. It was actually pretty niche and pretty small. But over time, the club kept growing. We kept putting on events. We kept kind of adding more people. We kept adding more games. And over time, we eventually grew to a really like large size that we are right now. And to the point where really now anyone can join the club in terms of as long as you have an interest in any part of gaming in general, you're instantly like welcome in the club. Whether it's actually like playing games, producing streams and casts, maybe producing some news articles about it. Basically, as long as you're interested in the field as a whole, that's kind of where the club is now, where you can really pursue your like interest across the entire area now. Having a space to really be yourself and be unique is really important. And a lot of people think gaming is just, I want to play games to relax, but it's much more than that. It's very much a community kind of sense of it. It's very much, I want to enjoy gaming with other people. I want to play games. I want to speedrun games. I want to stream games. I want to play competitive games. I want to play arcades. I want to play shooters. I want to play so many things. Like, people like to give gaming a label that it's very small, it's very niche, and very specific. When honestly, the opposite is true. Gaming is for everybody, and there's millions of games out there for any kind of person. And honestly, the whole thing is that there are games for every kind of department, for every kind of field as well. So whether you want to play games to relax, for example, whether you want to play games to teach something, like a simulator, for example, a flight simulator is a kind of game, for example. Like, games aren't this one niche thing, but they're so large for everyone now that I'm really excited about seeing just how the field will really grow in the future. I'm a low-income student, so I generally don't actually have that much kind of like disposable income to use beyond schooling. So a area like this is honestly really unique and really great to have, because it means that I can play any kind of game without any like restrictions. Because, for example, at home normally I wouldn't be able to play certain games because of my like computer specs, or I don't own the correct console, or I don't own the correct account. Here I easily can. So before the arena, typically on campus, we've had our events typically all over at say the Union, at say the comp sci buildings, pretty much anywhere where we could really find a space to really kind of support our club. But it wasn't really kind of like designed for us. Like, we wouldn't typically like have enough power. We wouldn't typically have enough space. So, for example, during one of our large events in the spring of 2020, we did our annual like gaming fest at the Carolina Union, and we managed to blow out power to most of the second floor. So here, this is a space that's kind of like built for our needs and purposes, because of the fact that it's designed from the ground up to be for gaming and to use up a lot of power. It's designed to be a communal space where people can come in, like, interact together, because gaming is very community based. Like, even with single player games, like, people love telling stories about games. People love telling like jokes. People love pointing things out. Here, it really allows that kind of like community sense of feeling that like a game kind of like provides to really come to the forefront, honestly, because of the fact that people are important to gaming, and here it allows everyone to kind of enjoy gaming, even if you don't own the console, even if you don't own a game, even if you don't own a PC, you know? So before, typically what happens is that competitive team members played from their own personal PCs. So typically that means that they're either at home or typically like on their on-campus kind of dormitories playing their games. So as a result, that kind of has an issue of, hey, do I have good enough PC specs? Do I have good enough internet connection speeds? Do I have all of the supplies and kind of materials to really support me as a competitive player? Here at the arena, it kind of allows all of that to kind of be managed to the point where we all use the internet here together, and it's all extremely high-speed internet. All of these PCs here are extremely top of the line. They're extremely good, and it really allows that sense of camaraderie to the point where you're all playing together and you all feel as a cohesive kind of team. So, like a basketball team going to the locker room together, like a football team coming out of tunnel together. Having a space like this really allows for competitive teams to really kind of interact and play together as a team in a space that's kind of built from the ground up to really kind of like support them and kind of like help them along. So honestly, one of the things I'm most excited for the club coming up is the fact that so many people are joining and there are so many opportunities kind of opening up to the point where gaming as a whole at UNC is becoming such a large thing that everyone's taking notice of it. We're working on so many partnerships. We're kind of working on so many like events. We're kind of working with like so many games to the point where it's growing extremely large and extremely kind of normatized. So I'm excited to really see all those opportunities kind of pan out and say, hey, gaming is for everybody, whether you're brand new to the field or whether you're, you know, a kind of a veteran of the field, for example. Like, I'm most excited the fact that anyone can game, and as a result, we have opportunities for everyone. Whether they're opportunities with our like sponsors, opportunities with the university, or just like opportunities inside the club. You know, like it's exciting to just see the potential that the club has because of the fact that we're just growing so fast and so large.